Alright guys, Alberto Nunez from 3D Muscle Journey, and I just wanted to take the time to give you guys competing this year some tips. And then this was also inspired by a meeting that we had a meeting yesterday, the 3D Muscle Journey coaches, and we're just, as we usually do, we go through just maybe common issues that we've all had with athletes and how to deal with that. And one thing that kept coming up, okay, is the fact that a lot of our contest athletes are eating out during prep. And this is me saying this, man. I do not approve of that. I don't think you're setting yourself up for success by doing this. And, you know, here's the thing. When you sign up to diet for the show, you sign up to compete. You sign up to ideally win. And you don't sign up to go to McDonald's. You don't. That's not how it works. That's not how I think it works. And coming from me, I wouldn't do that. And I'll tell you this, when it comes to getting lean and losing fat, I've probably, in all my years, I've worked with maybe one person who loses fat more efficiently than I do. 3,300 or so calories. If I average that in a week, during the span of a week, in a few weeks, I am contest lean. And even with that kind of buffer, where there's obviously larger room for error with a higher caloric intake, I wouldn't do that. And you know what? Last time I did prep, I did go out to eat. But the thing is, one, I'm very good when it comes to estimating the identity in terms of, you know, fat, carbs, and protein of a dish. But also, I only did it on my high days, and it was always the exact same thing. And it was basically just a burger from Fuddruckers, a game burger. So it was the exact same thing on top of my baseline foods. Exact same thing on top of my low days for the most part. So, you know, I didn't leave much room for error there, and I wouldn't sabotage myself that way. I wouldn't. Again, I signed up to compete, and there's no way, especially with just how competitive bodybuilding shows, and especially natural bodybuilding shows are nowadays, that I would shoot myself in the foot. I did not sign up to go have a slice of pizza. I signed up to compete and hopefully do well. But in order for me to do my best, I cannot shoot myself in the foot. I'm not saying don't do it. One thing about giving yourself enough time, and hopefully you did, is the fact that if things do come up, and given the fact that you are actually familiar with flexible dieting, it's kind of nice to you know, have that option. And I think from the beginning of my diet until my first show, I had 2 cheat meals. One was my anniversary with Melissa, and again, I had that on my high day. That was my high day. And again, I was careful with it, and I made it more so about the occasion than pleasing myself. And then the other one was, I had an extra burger after my first show. After I had finished all my food, we went out and I had a burger from Fuddruckers, which I was doing the whole time, and to be quite honest, it's very easy to work in during the off season. And that was it. So again, if you're contest prepping, please, 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 don't do yourself a favor, okay? Do yourself a favor, because you don't want to be backstage knowing that you could have done something differently, something you could have controlled, and now you're out there looking at the dude in the pump-up room, and this dude has totally done everything he could. He's maximized himself, and you're just there wishing, thinking to yourself that, man, you know, maybe those dollar tacos from Taco Bell weren't as good as I thought. So that's my tip to you guys when it comes to practicing the whole flexible dieting. If you're going for 40 grams of oat and that scale reads 45, you sure as crap take off 5 grams. And I guarantee you, wherever you go and eat, they are not doing that. So please, please, please do yourself a favor and control as many of the things that you can control. And I think it would be worth it at the end, because seriously, there's nothing more regretful. I can deal with bad places, but what I can't deal with is when there's something I did that I had full control of, that almost knowingly that knowingly in this case I knew wasn't the best thing for me, but I did anyways. So that's my tip. Sorry if it comes out of it's just a little out there. Maybe I'm starting to finally act my age. Turn 30 in a few months here, so maybe it's catching up on me. But thank you guys for listening, and hopefully this helps a lot of you guys out there that are contest prepping and getting ready to get some stuff done this year.